Hello everybody, I am Oscar and welcome to my review for Kajaki, the True Story. Now Kajaki is a British war film set in 2006 where British soldiers find themselves in a big predicament where they find out they are on a minefield within the Kajaki Dam. And the whole film is near enough them just trying to survive and watch their step, because if they take the wrong step they could set off a mine which could result in them losing a limb or possibly losing their lives. Now Kajaki doesn't really star any notable names, it isn't directed by anyone notable, and it isn't written by anyone who's big. In fact, the main thing that's on the poster is from the Academy Award winning producers of The King's Speech. And going into this film, I was expecting something along the lines of like Full Metal Jacket or Saving Private Ryan or The Hurt Locker, and what I got was a film more like 12 Angry Men. And I have to say, if you guys get a chance to see Kajaki, take that opportunity, because this is one of the best films of this year. Now let me explain what I mean by I got a film more like 12 Angry Men. What I mean by that is that this is not a run and shoot everything up, this is not a traditional war film. This is very much so just a one location film where all these guys, British soldiers, are just stuck in this dam, very cautious about where to step because there's a blinking minefield, and the story is mainly told through the dialogue and the chemistry between one another. And it is so real. The dialogue between these guys was so realistic and just so of the moment. Yeah, they're terrified, they're effing and blinding, they're like, oh my god, this is really dramatic, and oh my god, because they're on a blinking minefield. But sometimes they just stop, and then they just talk, and they joke around a bit, trying to lighten up the mood. Because it's not all doom and gloom, there is some light to this topic. And it feels like that is probably what it was like in that dam in 2006. Let's segue on to the acting with that. The acting was incredible. It was very unexpected performances. I think everyone on the acting crew did an amazing job at their character, especially Mark Stanley as Tug, who in my opinion gives an Oscar nominee worthy performance. But that's not a takeaway from any of the other actors who I think gave stand out great performances. This film was directed excellently, and this is the guy's first feature film. He's done documentaries and he's done short films, but this is his first feature film, and he directs tension perfectly. This film was tense beyond all belief, and he did a great job at just building the suspense and let us relax enough to when a mine goes off you jump because you just weren't expecting it. That's another credit I have to give. The sound design is fantastic. When the mines go off, it feels jolting and just scary and ear-piercing. But also the helicopters, when the helicopters are going by, it feels deafening, like it probably would be there because it's just a giant propeller just going. It is just overwhelming, the sound, and that is exactly probably how it felt like. And another great thing this film did, it wasn't biased, it wasn't all propaganda, because this film could have very well have been very biased and all propaganda-like, being associated with things like Help for Heroes and the Royal British Legion. Not saying they're propaganda, definitely not saying that, but it could have very well have been preaching to those types of things and being like, oh, like, yeah, Britain, and very patriotic. it wasn't biased towards anything. It didn't feel like propaganda. It wasn't all propaganda. It didn't feel like, yeah, England, yeah, Britain, yeah, the military. It felt real and it felt respectful. And that is probably the biggest compliment I can give this film. It felt like it gave respect to things like Help for Heroes and the Royal British Legion. If I had to think of one negative for the film, during the beginning there was a lot of F-bombs and effing and blinding. It might be like that in the military, I don't know. But it felt like they were just saying the F word every minute. And it kind of felt overwhelming and a bit unnecessary at times. Again, it might have been like that. I don't know. And I'm not the type of guy who's like, swearing in a film, blah, 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 blah. I love Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, come on. But this film kind of felt like a lot of the effing and blinding was a bit unnecessary. So that's like the one negative I can think for the film. So overall, I really, really, really like Kajaki. I truly do think if you have a chance to see it, please do. I'm not sure if it will get shown to other countries, but if you do get a chance to see Kajaki, please check it out. It has great dialogue with a great screenplay. It has great acting, especially by Mark Stanley, who, in my opinion, gives an award-worthy performance. It had great sound design, great directing with great tension, and it was just respectful. So guys, thank you for watching my review for Kajaki, The True Story. I would be really interested if you guys have seen it. If you have, comment below, let me know what you guys thought about it. I would be interested in talking about it. If you haven't seen it, I really hope this has convinced you guys to see it, because it is one of the better films to come out this year. And links are down below for Twitter and Facebook to all the Heel Pictures crew. And till next time guys, I shall see you later and goodbye.